guy? Where is he? Right here? See that little guy? What is this guy? Look at that. Whoa. Where is it? Where is it? It might... Oh, it's somewhere. It's the light. Light orb. No light, no orb. Light orb. No light, no orb. Orby, no lighty. Lighty, no orby. Orby, no lighty, no orby, no lighty, no orby. Light, no light, no orb. Does anybody like my new hat? What do you think? So I'm off to a birthday party today for a 2-year-old. And I have not seen the mother in probably 10 years, maybe? Maybe 8 years. I get all off with time, but anyways, it's in Lansing, and the child is coming with me, and we're gonna go and we're gonna have an experience. I can remember a time living with somebody that had such an intense amount of anxiety for any new experiences that it would cause them physiological disturbances, not just a feeling of anxiety, but in fact their whole body would start to collapse or have physically noticeable aversions, gassiness, headaches, sore throats. But they were so worried about what others would think of them that they would actually ask me to make the phone calls if we could not arrive to a get-together, or have me go down, not go down, I mean, okay, I'm living upstairs when I'm telling you this, but have me go to the door to pay for pizza, have me call. If we went out to eat, it was, I didn't have to, but I felt like I was helping the person to not have to experience so much pain by doing it for them. So if we went out to eat, it would be me going up to see if our names were close on the list. And I wasn't necessarily the one that was concerned about it. I kind of just felt that they would come and find us, and whatever time it took, I was okay with it taking that time. But this anxiety inside that person's form over a period of time, for me to be able to engage with it and watch it, allowed me a kind of observation that I had never been, I had never allowed myself to have before. I saw that I was in close proximity with it on a regular basis, and I kind of thought I either have to come to an understanding with it, or I need to let it go. Ultimately ended up doing both, but that's a whole nother long story. The point is that if we have these anxieties, if we have these fears, we've got to consider that it's not just that one human that is manifesting that particular reality, but that in fact that one human is just a human along with several other humans, and that all those humans have been conditioned, or have been in positions, or have come to certain experiences that had their physiology adapting to that particular experience. So when we look at someone and we think that they are something or another, let us take a moment to just consider how long it took evolution to get all of this organism to where it is today. We really do get very caught up in our own individuality so much that we lose sight of that collective whole. Here's where I get teary. Because because it really is all one moving thing, one flowing entity, one essence. To take just an extra minute with each other, and really observe all the little nuances that help us to better understand who we are in the face of one another. Not that we have to change it, but just so that we can define each other in each other's spaces. If you can tell me who you are, then I can tell you who I am in that space, and then we can move from there. I live with somebody right now that just no initiative, no drive, no desire to learn the way that I learn, no real requirements, functions on job and video game, and that's pretty much it. Occasionally, the being might go off and do some human thing, but it doesn't really do the human thing. It just kind of nods in agreement as the other human shares itself. It just sort of nods and says, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And it's okay if you're in full agreement and you're saying, yeah, I get it. That's good. That means that something's working. But there's also another and the other is can you stop talking? I'm not really paying attention. I'm gonna just keep doing this because I know if I don't do you're gonna either say something to me or I'm gonna have to go through this experience with you. I would rather not hear the unless you have something else that you can add, and that something else that you can add doesn't have to be words, because words do fall shy from that experience that we each live inside of our space. So just kind of look and find out, where it is that you fit in to you. And as much as this person's expression does not arrive to my expression, I know that if I put forth the effort, if I can look at that person and see where they are and know what they're doing, I know that I can transform my space in order to enhance a quality of living that, if nothing less, evokes calm and peace and a space of understanding that in the big scheme of the whole shebang, those who arrive at certain kinds of I just thought of the word awarenesses, that I think that there's a certain responsibility. I think that there's a certain responsibility to just showing up. So, I just finished watching the Zeitgeist, the third one, and I was really pleasantly surprised because it didn't feel to be as heavily laden with the propaganda aspect, but you knew what the purpose was in order to convey the whole, message. You understood it. Lots of language, lots of new concepts, not new, but new for some. Definitely a more open an opportunity to watch and really reflect. People get scared because it's like 3 hours, but if you don't have 3 hours to spare for this intensely amazing space? I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, what is it in your life that makes you so happy? I want to know. I really do. I want to know what it is that has you so happy that making these kinds of subtle changes, these little tiny I'm going to spend one less dollar changes. What is it in your life that has you so happy that you're not willing to make that effort for our planet? It's not a finger pointing thing. This is your own self. But I've been without a job now for over a year, and the money's not coming in, and my system here is no longer able to sustain me the way that it has. I mean, it can, but I feel like it would be an abuse of the people nearest me to continue on the way that I've been trying to continue on, the way that I've been trying to explore and open new understanding of how we can all live, and everyone here is doing well with it, but it's a heavy burden to bear. It's people taking care of me. It's people affording me the ability to survive, and the only reason that they're able to do it is because of this monetary system. So who am I, really? I'm still using it. I can't get out of it. I can't escape it. It doesn't matter what way I look at it. The only way that I could escape it is if I could find some place to move on some piece of land and tend to it myself. But even then, I still have to buy the land. It's such a wicked, twisted world. It's so insane. Not wicked like, but wicked like, whoa, that's wild. Anyway, so for all of you people that are out there who have found a sustainable way of living, I appreciate you. And try not to look too hardly. Too hardly? Try hardly not to look. Try looking. Try hardly looking. At those people that might not be aligned in the same way that you have been. Some people were born into certain situations, and then they might arrive at their awakening, looking around at their pieces, wondering, what the hell do I do now? What the heck is going on? Alright, well, it's raining, and it's been 13 minutes, so I'll just end it by saying thanks again for everybody that really busts their ass to try and better understand themselves. Just really... Don't rub on my microphone. I have nothing for you, cat. We have no tuna today. Sounds like there's somebody doing something, but anyways, alright, cool.